What's up, kinfolk? All my people in Tennessee, now all my people in the Philippines. I love y'all, miss y'all. Uh, been back, I guess, 15 days. Haven't done a video. Really had to just get used to coming back. It's it's a different world over here in America. It's almost a world unrecognizable to my childhood and even teens and young adolescents. Um, I'm sitting down here at this creek. We do a lot of kayaking here, a lot of fishing, a lot of swimming. And it's nice and peaceful. It's quiet. Had a little bit of extra time. I thought, man, I need to get on here and you know and just talk a little bit about this because I was only in the Philippines for 10 months. And pretty much most of that was either in the hospital or recuperating from the surgeries that I had out there. And it's so really I probably only had maybe 3 months of just a little bit of me time. Of course, I give my motorcycle to my surgeon, and so I was tricycling it there for last couple months, and that was definitely not so good experience, for a man my size. Uh, Even though I dropped 110 pounds while I was in the Philippines, I've come back and went to my doctor's checkup and showed him my leg and everything, and trying to get some help done, and then I got some other business I got to handle too. But yeah, it's a great day here in Tennessee. It's pretty quiet. Figured there'd be more kayakers coming down today, but right now it's just me and the river, hanging out. And actually, my house is right up that hill, right up that embankment right there, almost straight across. It's funny. I'm down here at a friend's house, so just hanging out, just enjoying my time, hoping it passes by pretty fast. Cause man, the food is so much cleaner in the Philippines. The people are so much nicer. They're not really self-centered pricks like they are here. And I'm not, that's not everybody. It's just my opinion. You can take it or you can leave it, either way. But, it's a lot of people out for looking out for themselves here. Where, them riots that's going on. I hate that much corruption is being taken place there. But, we got it here too. I mean, I'm sure it's all over the world, but maybe worse in some places and not in others, Um, and that's sad, because the Philippine people are awesome, awesome people. The majority, I've not had one bad experience. I mean, thank God the town that I live in and the ones that I visit, everybody's just so polite and so respectful, and uh, it's beautiful. I fell in love, man. It snagged my heart. Probably the first, I don't even know, maybe the first month I was there. It is like it sticks to you. It's like peanut butter, and you can't shake it, But I've been back here for a couple of weeks, and it seems like I've been here for months. It's like I can't wait to get back to the Philippines. I love the hot, sticky weather. I love the the traffic, even though it's mostly motorcycles or tricycles, but there's a lot of cars out there too. I mean, but, no red lights. I love the wild, wild west of the Philippines. And here it's just changed, it's just changed so much. And, you know, I don't know, but I do know what the future holds. And God willing, I will be back to the Philippines soon, soon. Uh, I just got to get all this taken care of here, get it all put behind me, and move forward with my life. And I mean, I've done started a new life in the Philippines, and this is just going to be, I mean, I've still got all my family here. They're, they're never going to leave. They've been here all their lives. So, um, but I've done left, and I've seen what good food, uh, good people. Uh, it reminds me a lot of the America back in like the 80s. However, I mean, it's that different, like really. But this place ain't the same. They just keep you running, running, running. And I don't know. Me personally, you know, as I've gotten older, I like to, you know, I almost lost my life twice in the last year. Uh, and I think it was due to one accident. So one accident about took me out twice. Um, and, it gives a man a lot of time to think, what's really important. And of course, family is always, God and family is always at the top of my list. There's actually a campground right back here. I guess it is. Yeah. There's a campground. It's a great creek, man. I mean, it really is. I've caught some nice fish out of here too. I actually got a brand new kayak that I haven't even put in the water yet. So I'm hoping to go get it, because we still get, it's great weather, 90 degrees. It's been 90 here, but 90 here felt like 70 because I've been so used to the Philippine heat, and I didn't even sweat. I wasn't even sweating. And everybody that knows me in the Philippines knows how much I sweat, especially, if you know, you know. I'll just say it like that. If you know, you know. And I do. I have to carry a towel around with me, even to the mall. I'll carry a towel around because sometimes if the mall gets too overcrowded, it ain't cool enough to even cool me off, But you can step now you go into a coffee shop or something like that, and they're pretty cool. Uh, there's a place right down here called Smooth Rapids. They rent kayaks. They got all kinds of stuff. I hear there's a homeless camp back down the river this way, so I may try to get down there and try to interview them and just get a little life story, and see how did they end up here, and I heard the police here is giving them a rough time, about staying, but I mean, they don't own the creek, I guess the state, takes that, but still, if you're homeless, you're homeless, and that's about as low as you can get, um, in a lot of senses, because you are really, relying on people, um, and hopefully, these people can, you know, regroup, get their lives back together, bounce back, and be even stronger. You know what I'm saying? So, let's keep them people in our prayers. Um, but it's real. Poverty's real. Corruption is real, and where there's corruption, there will be poverty because of the money is not allocated to the correct um, places. The flooding that's taking place in the Philippines, the super typhoon that's hitting right now, like I can't even, I can't even fathom being a part of a super typhoon. I have been in a couple earthquakes out there, sevens, 7.8s, 7.6, and it'll rock you bad. I mean, that you're in an earthquake, and that's the first earthquake I've ever been in, so, uh, but yeah, I had to, and I wonder because my friend, she's got cirrhosis, from being alcoholic, and I told her the other day, because she was drinking vodka every day, since I've been back, except for the last 3 days. Praise God for that. Last 3 days she's been sober, okay, and And I told her the other day, I said, I just wonder if God didn't just send me back, not just to handle my business, but maybe to help you out, maybe to get your life. Cause she's got a 15-year-old, and then she's got an almost 21-year-old son who does nothing but play video games and eats her out of house and home. And he's just back and forth, just to the kitchen, to the bedroom, to the kid. And, there's no, the only time he gets talked to about a job is when I'm talking to him. And he really don't want to hear it. It's like, I understand. I hear what you're saying, but I'm like, well, there's no fairy going to bring you a house. There's no fairy going to bring you a truck. There's no fairy going to just magically appear. Like, you have to have self-motivation, man. And they neither kids had a father in their life, and and I'm not one. I mean, I'm just a friend of a friend. You know what I'm saying? So, but I've been trying to talk to the boy, trying to get him motivated. Just to get a job, man. Like, what are you doing with your life? He quit school. And then he tries to blame that. Oh, well, they're not going to hire me because I don't have the high school diploma. I'm like, half the places don't even check for high school diplomas. Like, and even if they do, you'll have time to go get your GED, so it doesn't matter, as long as you show up and you do your job every day and you don't complain and you ain't you're not there, you just work and then you go home, man, you're going to be secured, uh, as long as the company's secured. So, uh, it's a mess, but hopefully I can get this leg looked at and try to maybe even have another surgery while I'm here in America. Uh, but it's been difficult leaving the Philippines. I didn't think it'd be that difficult, to be honest with you. I honestly didn't think. I thought, well, I'm going back to my hometown. Everything's going to be okay with the technology that they are using over here. With the cell phone towers and everything being weaponized, and and they're not hitting everybody. They're picking and choosing. But just the evil that's even taking place in America. The food industry is tied into big pharma. Government's tied into big pharma. So the sicker that they can make people, which makes no sense. Why would you want a sick nation? You know what I mean? Like, who come up with that bright idea? Who come up with, like, oh, I want a bunch of sick people protecting the land that our ancestors fought and died for? You know, who would even come up with something, as retarded sounding as that? You know what I mean? But they have, and it's evil. It's a criminal cartel, is really what it is. When the food industries in with big pharma, so they create the food, we eat the food makes us sick. Or watching a video earlier about a guy saying that, this restless leg syndrome. He said there wasn't no restless leg syndrome when I was growing up. He's like, so it has to be caused either from the water we drink, the air we breathe, or the food we eat, And, they was spraying these guys for the last 6 years. I know they was dousing them every day. You'd see planes up there just laying streams and streams and streams, and it was driving me. I called everybody. I called senators. I called congressmen. Tennessee was one of the first ones to sign the Clean Air Act, and they were still just like, well, it didn't go into effect to July 1st of 2024. So it's and they were still spraying it. I mean, I left December of 2024, and I'm sure they were still spraying. But I mean, since I've been back, I mean, it's been beautiful, been cloudy today, and I haven't really seen, any of that crap going on. But I won't stay here. It's this. If you have a government that swore an oath to serve and protect against any foreign or domestic threats, and that includes air, water, and food, and to me, they don't care. It's just like they care more about Israel right now, because like 93 out of 100 congressmen take money from AIPAC, which is the biggest pro-Israel lobbying groups in the world, you know. So, I mean, and that's fine, but for the taxpayers of America to have to pay for the foreign government's IDF, military retirement fund, and pay for their health care. I mean, yeah, what part of America first is that about? You know what I'm saying? I mean, if they can change it if they want to put Israel first. Just say, well, it's Israel first, and we're always going to be second, even though we're 100 times bigger than Israel. You know, and I don't get the logic behind a lot of stuff nowadays. Other than corruption. You know what I mean? And that's basically where money comes in. And money is the root of all evil. We all know it. It's definitely the root of all evil. And to see Donald Trump, a guy that I voted for 3 times, to see him eating dinner at a table and Bill Gates sitting right on the other side of the first lady, made me sick to my stomach. Bill Gates has probably killed more people with his vaccines and everything else, and to me, I mean, he should have been arrested. They had him right there in the White House. Why didn't they arrest him? No, he wants to sit, because we're not in that class. And I'm telling you, I think it's going to get even worse before Jesus comes back. I honestly do, and it's what my cousin told me. She's like, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse before he comes back. And I'm like, yeah, we'll let it. You know what I mean? But I plan on being in the Philippines more than likely for the rest of my life. Like, I can't see Lee. The people over there are so kind and so loving and just, man, it's a different world. It is a different world, y'all. So I just had to get out here and tell you a little bit about it. If you've been thinking about it, or it's been crossing your mind, maybe you met a girl online, I wouldn't recommend that at all. Do not get boots on the ground. You can find one with boots on the ground in probably a week, uh, even on Facebook. Excuse me. But don't do the online thing. Trust me, I done been there, done that. Didn't even get a trophy. I mean, it wasn't the you know, it, but everything happens for a reason, guys. And uh, it's really brought me, to a point where I just want to get this behind me, this accident that I had last year, and get all this straightened out. And I got to do a little work on my house and my lot, and I'm gonna put me a tiny home, I think, on my lower lot. Um, well, I'm gonna start with one tiny home, and then I think I'm gonna rent it out for a Airbnb. And if it does really well, I'll probably put about on 3 more tiny homes. Have 4 down there total, um, just for security for one. But this river is a hot commodity in the summertime, all summer long. And they put in up there at Frank G. Clement Bridge, and they float a lot of them. Well, you can get out right here. I mean, there's a boat dock right here, so I'm actually standing on the concrete part, just the water's down, so sometimes, and if it rains a whole lot, it'll be way up the hill there, it'll be almost up to my friend's place up there, so yeah, it's but I want to go down there and talk to them homeless people, maybe try to get a little insight to what put them there. Maybe they'll let me interview them. Hopefully they will. I mean, I'm a pretty easy guy to talk to. Unlike the Filipinas, they don't want to be on camera. They don't want to. They say, no, my English is not that good, and it really is. I mean, if I can understand it, being from Tennessee, shoot, y'all, everybody can understand it. So, that's the way I look at it. you know, because I probably got a worse slang as anybody, you know, but hey, it is what it is. I've been born and raised right here, you know. Well, actually, I was born in East Tennessee, but I was raised right here. So, you know, I've been on these rivers and in these woods, uh, killing them deer, you know, and I mean, it's so hot, man, but it's about to be deer season, you know, and it don't even feel like it, you know, and they'll try to blame that on climate control, climate change or whatever. Yeah, the only thing changing the climate is the human beings that's on the earth, that's with HARP and DARPA, and they're, you know, heating up the ionosphere. And, you know, look it up for yourself, man. I mean, they got a big one up in Alaska, and they'll heat that thing up with all these voltage. And, you know, it's so wild to see, you know. But let me tell you, change is good, and it's not good for you just mentally, but physically also. You know what I mean? Because I was 360 pounds when I left here 10 months ago, and I'm 250 now. So, like I said, if I don't gain none, if I just go back as at 250, I'll be fine because I know that the weight will come off. But I've been doing some intermittent fasting, uh, you know, just trying to about 18 hours a day. I'll do intermittent fasting. So hopefully I'll actually lose some while I'm here. I dropped from a 4XLT to a 2XL, and I probably could have get into an extra large, but I didn't really want to, you know, I don't want, you know, I'll baby steps. So I felt good with the 2XL. It looked good. I said, heck yeah. So, but yeah, I just wanted to shoot this video real fast, man, and let you know I made it back. Everything's, you know, it is what it is here. You know what I mean? It's same as it always has been, pretty much. You know, and hopefully I'll be back before Christmas. That's kind of my goal. But I mean, you ain't gonna rush nothing around here, especially with Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up right around the corner. You know, so, you know, I just wanted to give y'all a shout out. I appreciate all my subscribers. They're not just a handful, but hey, man, if you take time out of your day to watch these videos, you know, I really hope that you know you take something out of it. You know what I mean? But go make somebody smile. You know, it's getting a little humid here, so I had to come out of the shades. They're starting to fog up, you know, but it's still not bad. It's nothing like the Philippines. I mean, heat wise, but you know, I'll take the heat and humidity out there uh, any any day of the week. So y'all take care. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get down there and talk to them homeless here maybe the next few days. You know, I've got a lot of stuff going on, but since I've been back, so. But yeah, y'all take care. Uh, you know, stay strong, man. Go make somebody smile, okay? All right. See y'all later.